On a quiet Detroit street, something happened one night that no one could forget. A young boy, a feared biker, and a moment of impossible kindness. What began as a small act changed an entire neighborhood forever. Jamal Brooks was 12, thin as a rail with sneakers too worn to keep out the cold. His mom worked double shifts at the nursing home, and his dad was gone. Most days, Jamal stayed outside on the cracked sidewalk, dribbling his basketball. He was the quiet kid who watched, listened, and carried his silence like armor. That cold night, a motorcycle's engine died at the corner. A woman with tattoos covering her arms stood there, cursing. The symbol on her jacket read, Hell's Angels. Her name was Frankie Malone, 43 years old, built tough, with silver streaks through her jet black hair. She was one of the few women in the Hell's Angels motorcycle club. But tonight, her bike had given up in the worst place. Jamal watched from across the street. People peeked through curtains, but stayed away. That's when Jamal dropped his basketball and walked toward her. "What you want, kid?" Frankie snapped. "Your bike." "It won't start," Jamal said quietly. "What gave it away?" Frankie smirked bitterly. "Maybe it needs gas or the spark plug. I can bring my uncle's wrench." Frankie laughed. "A lawnmower wrench for a Harley." "Kid, you're crazy." Jamal didn't move. He just looked at her with steady eyes that said, "But I'll try anyway." Frankie sighed. "All right, genius. Show me what this lawnmower wrench can do." Jamal sprinted to his building and returned clutching a rusty wrench. For nearly an hour, his small hands worked carefully as Frankie guided him. Finally, Frankie twisted the key. Silence, then rumble. The engine roared alive. "Well, I'll be damned. You fixed her," Frankie grinned. "We fixed her," Jamal corrected. Frankie pulled a silver chain from her pocket, a pendant shaped like wings. "This is for luck. Don't lose it." For the first time in months, Jamal felt seen. By morning, word had spread. Some said Jamal was joining a gang. Kids at school pointed. Teachers noticed. His mother Denise asked, "Why everybody asking me if you're in trouble?" The next afternoon, motorcycles thundered into the street. Frankie was at the front. Behind her, 5 Hells Angels parked their bikes. Neighbors whispered in fear. Denise met Frankie at the door. "What do you want with my son?" Frankie smiled softly. "Your boy saved me, and I don't forget debts." "He's just a child," Denise said firmly. "Yeah, a child with more heart than most men I've met." The block was divided. Mr. Watson shouted, "Take your noise somewhere else." Frankie stepped forward. "Neither did your fear when you let a kid stand alone every night while you locked your doors." That night, Frankie told Jamal, "I grew up where nobody believed in me. Ran away at 15. Found the angels. Fear's a choice. Respect, though, that's earned. And you earned it the moment you didn't walk away." By the third day, tension grew. A brick smashed against Frankie's bike. The message was clear, leave. Jamal found the silver pendant gone. At school, he overheard kids laughing. When Frankie noticed, Jamal whispered, "Don't fight. Please." Frankie crouched. "A chain can be stolen, but what you gave me that night, your guts, that can't." Saturday evening, a bottle smashed at their feet. "Get out of here." Frankie stood. "Throw all you want. You're proving this kid braver than every one of you." Days later, older boys cornered Jamal. "Where's your biker girlfriend now?" They shoved him. Frankie's shadow stretched across the sidewalk. The boys scattered. "They'll test you, but don't you ever let them take your voice," Frankie said. Sunday, the block held a meeting. Frankie's voice trembled. "When my bike died, your boy saved me. He didn't see colors, patches, or fear. He saw a person." Jamal raised his hands. "I just helped. That's all." Mr. Watson asked, "Kid, you really trust her?" "She trusted me first." One by one, shoulders dropped. "Maybe we judged wrong." A woman whispered. That evening, Frankie asked, "Want a ride?" Jamal climbed onto the Harley. As they rolled down the street, neighbors stepped out, not in fear, but in awe. Frankie handed Jamal a new pendant. "You lost the first, but you earned these." "Thank you," Jamal whispered. "No, kid. Thank you." The block was quiet, but something had shifted. Fear no longer ruled. Respect had taken root. Jamal stood taller. One boy, one act of kindness turned suspicion into respect. Sometimes the smallest hands carry the heaviest truths.